Hello to the whole gang popping in the room. Welcome to today's Daily Antidote of Songs. So excited to have you with us today. Super excited to have everybody out there on the live stream. Thanks, live stream, for joining us. And very excited here to be in a New Year, New Friends Week, week two, with a magical host and a magical artist coming up today. So just very quickly, we're going to say hello to Keith Murphy and Becky Tracy coming in from Brattleboro, our song leaders for the day. And I will get back to you in a sec. And the wonderful, incredible Alex Cumming, also from Brattleboro, also get back to you in a sec. Let's say hi to everybody in the room. We've got Anna Alter in the room today, coming in from Cambridge. Hi, Anna. Hi, Jaden, running tech for us in Silver Spring. Nice to see you today. Arlene in California. Hello. Deborah in Kentucky. Hi, Kevin in DC. Deli in Maryland. Nancy in Washington State. Hello to Marty. I don't know how to say that word. I always mix it up. Gloucester? It's not. It's something else.
Gloucester.
Thank you, Gloucester in the UK. Oh, I have that thing where it's like if it's written, I say it like it looks. Bob and Mabel and the Bears coming in from Massachusetts. Great to see you guys. Hi to Karen Axelrod, who I met at Pinewoods. I'm really glad to see you here today. Peter Amadon in the house, another Brattleburian, and also one of our regular song leaders in this room. Hi to Jen. Hi to Martha in Oregon. Susan in Cincinnati. Hello to Nancy. Hi to Don in Vermont. Hello to Hindi coming in from Toronto. Hi to John. Nice to see you with us today. Hi to Roy. So we've got lots of new folks in the room today, and I don't know where you're from, so feel free to stick it on your name, or we'll get you on the goodbye end maybe. Nancy, nice to see you today, also Vermont. Hi to Janet, coming in from Georgia. Hi to Kim, one of our song leaders. Nice to have you in here today, Kim Wallach. Elizabeth in California. Louise in Devon, UK. Sandy in Western North Carolina. Hello to, that's Campbell and Natalia coming in from Cambridge. Good to see you. Hi to Sheila in Florida. Hello to Lynn. Hello to Philip. Hi to Sue in Seattle. And hello to Aloysius coming in from Massachusetts. Hello to Sarah in Texas, Bob in Albany, Luda and Mark in Victoria, Kay coming in from India. Nice to see you, Kay. Hello to Kathleen in Albuquerque, Storm in Massachusetts, Bonnie in Idaho, Jamie in Victoria, Cricket in Maryland, Fred in Maryland, Anne in Maryland. Okay, that was good. Okay, Lynn in Connecticut, Annette in California. Hello to, I think that says Kathy. Nice to see you. I think you're new to us today. Hoda in British Columbia, Karen in Oregon. Hello to Bob, also new to us today. David, Pauline coming in from Newcastle, UK. Linda in Concord, Mass. Susan coming in from Seattle. Let's all take a deep breath. All right. Alex, now repeat all that, please. No, just kidding. All right. I am going to toss this over to the magical Alex Cumming, who's been a host and a song leader in this room for so many years. I can't even begin to think or thank him enough. He's also the producer of our incredible Daily Antidote band camp album series. Magical human being in every regard, and a friend of Keith's. Alex, I am turning it over to you. Thank you for being here.
Well, it's lovely. It's actually talking about new friends, new year. This is the first time I've actually hosted. So good luck. Brace yourselves, everybody. I can see why Joe didn't trust me to say everyone's names. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Yeah, there's nothing much to do right now because we have a dear new two new friends in the room to sing for us today. And they're literally just down the road. If I shout loud enough, you might be able to hear me through their microphone. Can you give a lovely warm welcome to Keith and Becky? What are you going to sing for us today, me lovelies?
Well, as advertised, we're going to do "Crossing the Bar," and this has been a very well loved and widely sung song for the past dozen years or so. A poem by Tennyson, set to music by our dear friend Ronnie Arbo, and so. We'll go through it. I'll just say just briefly because I'm sure there's some people maybe who haven't sung this song before. There's no fixed chorus in this song. There's a refrain after each verse, which is based on the last two lines of the preceding verse. So that's like an old sort of folk song trick for a refrain. So the first verse, for example, ends, "May there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea." And then the refrain becomes, "When I put out to sea, when I put out to sea, may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea." So if you're new to the song, it's often easy to catch the repeat of the fourth line, but that going back to the third line is often like a little bit tricky. So just say that, "May there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea." That's the first one. I'll just do I'll do another one because the second verse has a big mouthful. When that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. So you're going to say turns again home, and then that line, when that which drew from out the boundless deep. Just say that a couple of times. When that which drew from out the boundless deep. And one more. When that which drew from out the boundless deep. I've seen people who've sung, heard the song many times, just founder on that line. So there's 4 verses, and I'll just say at the very end of the song, the 4th verse has that same refrain. In my arrangement of it, I repeat that refrain, and then at the very end, at the very last line, the last line is going to be when I have crossed the bar, and at the very end of the song, I stretch that line out, when I have crossed the bar. So we'll do that refrain after the 4th verse twice with that kind of extended 4th line, because we're going to do kind of our sort of standard arrangement of this. When we come back to do this song later in the session for the second time, we'll do a more abbreviated one. But since I have Becky here, Beck's going to jump in on her beautiful sounding octave fiddle. So we're just going to do our full arrangement of Ronnie Arbo and Alfredor Tennyson's Crossing the Bar. Sunset and evening star, one clear call for me. May there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. Here we go. When I put out to sea, when I put out to sea, may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. Such a tide is turning, seems asleep, too full for sound and foam. When that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home, turns again home, turns again home. When that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark. May there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. When I embark, when I embark, may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. Though from out our bourne of time and place the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar, when I have crossed the bar, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar. I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That was incredibly moving. And that just during that last refrain, just seeing everybody coming up and singing was just
Yeah.
utterly beautiful. And wow, that octave violin, that packs a powerful emotional punch. That was just stunning. Thank you, Becky.
You're welcome.
What is it? What is it that particularly attracted you to that song? I know we all have those of us know it, love it for so many reasons. What kind of got you hooked to that song originally?
Well, it's true. I mean, there were people singing it around. John and Tony sang it. I remember hearing Gordon Bach sing it. So, I mean, I heard some great singers do it. I mean, of course, it's a song that just resonates with so many people. I mean, it's just such beautiful imagery, and the thought in the song of that equanimity and facing the end of life, is so powerful. And I'll say that, like, I kind of hesitated to kind of take on singing this song, partly because I did know all these other people singing it, but it's just become such an important song for me. And even though, like, in the folk world, you sort of think, oh well, this person's doing it and that person's doing it, but I go out and I sing the song, and there's so many people who have never heard the song before, and that ends up being their connection with the song. And Ronnie's melody is just so powerful as well. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, it's everything about the song. It's perfect.
I was going to say the lyrics and the imagery, as you said, are magical, but that melody, it just in exactly the right moments, just soars that emotion to the next level, to a point that a lot of other folk songs don't do in the same way. And I'm also goes to your arrangement as well, and to the way you approach the chords on that as well. You just adding the right chord in the right place for that sort of emotional, well, I guess word painting to the song, but
Yeah.
it's yeah.
So I kind of went back. I sort of checked this detail. Ronnie was far from the first person to set it to music. The poem, I think, was published in 1889, and within a couple of years, there were already some people setting it to music. And then over the course of later years, I read even Charles Ives set the poem to music. John Philip Sousa set it to music. Has anyone heard those melodies? I mean, I haven't, but Ronnie's melody just clearly was like, it was just so perfect, so great.
It is so perfect, so much so that I am both really intrigued and want to try and seek out those melodies, and at the same time, really don't want to, because I don't want to ruin the song.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, so thank you so much for that song. Are you, as always, really busy with lots of different projects? Actually, both you and Becky together, and in your own realms as well. But I know one of the big things that many of us Brattleboro people are excited about, which there is half of the town here today.
Right.
Coming up in just a couple of weeks is Northern Roots, this wonderful festival that you helped put on. And I know Julia Friend was here a couple of days ago, talked a little bit about it. And she's going to be sort of helping out with some of the workshops and things. But it's this wonderful 2-day festival which involves the community in a massive, wonderful way. And there are some online components to it as well. And I wondered if you could tell us a little bit about the Northern Roots Festival.
Yeah. So Becky and I have worked with our local music center, the Brattleboro Music Center, for many years, and it was the BMC that kind of we worked with to get the festival off the ground. I have to say I've lost track of the exact number that we're up to at this point. Maybe it's the 15th year of the festival, somewhere around there. So we do it in conjunction with our local music center. And the concept is that it is fundamentally kind of a local festival, that we try to sort of highlight, the talent and the community musicians that we have here in Brattleboro. That was a big part of the inspiration that, in our small town, as people have already said, of Brattleboro, we have like an embarrassment of riches in terms of our traditional music community. Though a lot of us end up not seeing each other so much over the course of week to week and month to month life. So the hope was that the festival would be an opportunity to kind of really encourage that community to come together. Also for the broader community in Brattleboro to get a chance to kind of see all this talent and kind of take it in. We also always bring in a few people from just like a little further away. So sort of what I think of as sort of friends of Brattleboro, people, who have kind of connections here, but who, come in and kind of bring something a little fresh to our community as also, and some excitement for our local players. So that's another part of it.
And am I right in believing, as is tradition, at least from the recent years, that the Saturday night concert with all the artists is going to be live streamed?
Exactly. Yes. Right. So, as with a variety of things, this has been like a holdover from the pandemic, and a thing that we've come to realize is like something great and viable, going forward in the future. We do stream our big evening kind of gala concert, which is, I think we have 5 different acts in our evening concert, and then at the end there's a big sort of finale of everyone together. And yes, that concert will be live streamed, and all the information and links and so on can be found at the Brattleboro Music Center website, or if not can be found, will be found.
It will be there at some point, so do not panic. And I'm sure I'm sure Joe and the team will also send it out on the mailing list so people will know how to come and watch the show as well. I will have to say, though, since moving to Brattleboro, it's very confusing having BMC referred to a lot, because that was my hospital in the Boston area, the Boston Medical Center. So I do occasionally have to go, oh, they're doing folk music. Oh, no, they're not. Nope.
We have a first aid station at the local festival. So we do treat minor injuries, but
well, we'd love you to sing the song again in a minute, but you do have a few other things coming up as well, including something down in the DC area as well. Yeah, do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Happily, yep. So I'm going to be in DC at the end of this week, doing a house concert under the auspices of FSGW at the home of Jamie and Betsy Platt. And I think, again, the link for that, well, maybe I didn't send you that specific link, but if you go to our webpage and our calendar, an email address is there, so you could get the information and make a reservation. That's one of the big things coming up. Becca's just about to go out to California for a big dance weekend in San Luis Obispo, but also playing a concert with her music partner, Rachel Bell. You're doing a concert
at Daniel Steinberg's house in Santa Cruz. So if anybody knows anyone near Santa Cruz that they think should come out to a concert, Thursday night. And it's very soon.
And we were just checking. Airline tickets from the East Coast are quite reasonable to Santa Cruz right now. So I encourage you all.
I would also say Becky with Rachel runs an incredible bowl folk series in the Brattleboro area, which is celebrating a 1-year anniversary coming up as well.
Right. We're gonna have a party.
It's going to be sessions, food, dancing, and I think you can find that information out on your website as well, I believe. It's incredibly exciting. A question that has popped up and I think is very valid. Is there a recording of you singing Crossing the Bar on an album somewhere? And if so, where could we find it?
Was that my mother who posed that question? It is on my not most recent recording. My most recent recording is Bright as Amber, came out this last year, but my previous album is called The Land of Fish and Seals. And yes, Crossing the Bar is on that recording.
Amazing. Thank you. Well, this is quite enough talking. I could talk to you forever, and I do know where you live, so I could carry on doing this when we go offline.
Yeah.
But we're a singing community and we love to sing, and it's such a gorgeous song. We'd love to sing this with you again if you're up for it.
Sure. Yeah. So maybe I'll do it this time, and we'll do it without all the longer fills in between the verses.
Bye,
Is that
Becky.
okay?
Yeah, sure. Bye.
Just so we can. That was Becky saying goodbye. So we'll just sort of focus on the singing. Sunset and evening star, one clear call for me. May there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. When I put out to sea, when I put out to sea, may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. And such a tide is turning, seems asleep, too full for sound and foam. When that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home, turns again home, turns again home. When that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark. May there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. When I embark, when I embark, may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. Though from out our bourne of time and place the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar, when I have crossed the bar, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. When I have crossed the bar, when I have crossed the bar, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Let's just take that big breath after that. Wow. I think it's really special to be able to have that twice. We don't get to do these songs in other places, and we get to sing the same song, go into depth and sing it twice. But often a second time on a song just adds that extra meaning. You've had that first listen and you just really get to listen in depth again. And that time through just brought a lot of people to mind that we've lost over the last couple of years, and it was really magical. And I'm going to try not to cry, but thank you so much, Keith. I really, really appreciate your time. And you're a new friend here, but I hope you're not going to be a one-time wonder. I hope we get to see you here again sometime singing. And yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, go to Keith's website, check out all of that Keith and Becky are up to. DC on Friday, we've got the Northern Roots Festival coming up at the end of the month, with some of that online streaming as well. So hopefully many of you can come and enjoy Brattleboro, even if it's for a couple of hours online. This has been absolutely magical. Can we have a lovely thank you to Keith Murphy and to Becky, who has disappeared but is probably within earshot? Thank you, Becky. Can we have another big hand to Busy Graham, who has connected us to so many new friends this week. Really, really greatly appreciated for all your work for Carpe Diem Arts. To Jojo, thank you so much for holding this all together. And for Jaden for doing tech and posting lyrics so magically. Even when conversations happen a lot on chat, she then posts them back again. The lyrics keep appearing, and it's wonderful. Thank you.
I'll just say thanks again for having me, and wonderful to see all the faces, and particularly a bunch of the familiar faces. So thank you all. Lovely to see you.
Thank you so much, Keith. For those of you who are new, you are welcome to stay a little bit longer and say hi and meet Joe and a few of us, and we can kind of let you know a bit more about Daily Antidote of Song. But in my inaugural, is that the right word for first? Is that, yeah, my inaugural hosting, I'm going to attempt to say goodbye to everybody in my wonderfully ADHD and dyslexic way. So good luck. May the force all be with you. And thank you so much for joining us. Peter Amadon in Brattleboro, Karen Axelrod, another Brattleboroian. Thank you so much for coming along. Anna in Cambridge. Thank you again, Jaden. Natalie in Campbell. Deborah in Kentucky, Diane, thank you for coming. Rachel in Baltimore, Kevin in DC, ever wonderful with that flute. One day I will get to hear in person, I'm sure. Marty in Gloucester, Mass, not in the UK. Hello. Bob, Mabel, and the all-important Bears, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Luda and Mark in Victoria, BC with their hearts. Thank you. Phil in Top Nest down in the West Country where I was born. Martha, thank you for coming. Susan in Cincinnati, thank you so much. Arlene in Berkeley, California. Louise in Devon, even more closer to where I grew up because I grew up in Somerset. There we go. Don in Peabody, Don Peabody, sorry. Philip Warner, thank you for coming. Hoda in BC. Jamie, hi Jamie. Doesn't quite know where they are, but hello. Teresa, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Annette in California. Bob in Albany. I'll be in Albany on Friday, actually. Hey. Kim, thank you for coming. Nancy, Deli, Jen in Silver Spring, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Elizabeth in California. Sheila in North Florida. Natalie Bard. Al in Massachusetts. Thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Sarah in Texas. Kay in India. Kathleen in Albuquerque. I said it right. I'm so proud of myself. Albuquerque is spelt so strange, and I said it. Storm in Massachusetts. Zoomiverse. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. I'm already losing people. There we go. Bonnie in Boise. Boise, Idaho. We have Jamie Dundas. Thank you for coming. In Victoria, BC. Cricket. Hello, Cricket. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Fred in Silver Spring, lovely to see you. Sandy in Silver, there's a lot of Silver Spring here today. Thank you, Sandy. Athena, thank you so much for coming along. Rosie, nice to see you. Thank you. Jane in Texas. LMG in Connecticut. Anne in Silver Spring, another one. Thank you so much, Anne. Nice to see you. John Field, thank you so much. Rob Balivet, is that Balivet? I don't know. Balivet, yes. In Vermont, yay, Vermont. Hindi in Toronto. Nice to see you. David in Toronto. Thank you for coming. Pauline in Newcastle, where I lived for many years studying in university. YI. Linda in Concord, Mass. Lovely to see you. Gary in Massachusetts. Thank you so much for coming. Beautiful to see you too. And Sarah, and Laris in the UK, and Caroline in DC. Thank you so much for coming along. We got one more page. Here we go. Ray, Susan in Tacoma Park. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming. Kachina, Sandy, and M. Boylan. Thank you so much for coming along. And thank you all who joined us on YouTube and Facebook as well. It's a place I often watch it as well. So you're all very welcome there too. But do feel free to join us on the Zoom anytime you fancy. Thank you, everybody. Bye to the